Soldiers of the cross, time to assemble. It is time to align. It is time to focus. Show me what I must see. Tell me what I must hear. It is time for change. I can feel it now. It is time for showers. It is time for showers. It is time for rain. I position myself. I position myself. To hear me feel like Madam I can't get. I position myself. How did you know? I position myself. I position myself. My amigos can be show. From the days of John the Baptist, we take it by force, cause you know it is time to shift. It is time to move. It is time for rain. It is time for showers. Every shower. Every shower. The volume is rising. The volume is rising.
Rise and shift. Rise and move. It's your season of dominion. Take charge. Step in command. No stopping. No parking. Go forward. Shiba Batabala.
It work for me. It work for me. It work for me. It work for me. When I first come pray, my prayer not before waste. The prayers of the righteous are more today prevail. Because whenever I call on your name, Daddy, you dey blow my mind, yeah. My mind, I need to work for me, oh. When I fast, when I pray, yeah. You dey cover my shame, yeah. I need to work for me, oh. Because in all case, the matter won't be.
Hi everyone, my name is Ayomide Wilfred. I'm a fashion designer. I'm also a model. I came in contact with Coach Ebuka 7 years ago when I was at a deciding point of my life. Then I just finished secondary school. I was thinking of what to do with my life. I met him in church. He was my teacher in Teens Church back then. He always teaches us how to be good to our friends, our family, and everyone around us. Through that aspect, I told him this is what I intend doing. I told him I wanted to learn how to sew, that I have a passion for it. But I told my parents about it. My parents were not so interested in doing that for me because they thought I wasn't going to be serious and pay close attention to what my boss is going to teach me. So I told him, that's a very good idea, but where do you to learn? I already found where I wanted to. I made inquiries on where and how to go about it. So I told him, and all he just said to me was, okay, we'll go there next week. 1st of May 2016, which was a public holiday, we went with a carton of biscuits and 1 crate of mineral. We started, they did all the prayers, and as at that time, I was waiting for admission to go to school. So while the waiting process, I was using that to learn a trade for myself. 8 months into learning that trade, I got admission to school. On getting to school, I find it difficult to showcase what I was doing because I was shy about it. One of my few friends that knew me years ago when I was at a deciding point of my life. Then I just finished secondary school. I was thinking of what to do with my life. I met him in church. He was my teacher in teens church back then. He always teaches us how to be good to our friends, our family, and everyone around us. Through that aspect, I told him this is what I intend doing. I told him I wanted to learn how to sew, that I have a passion for it. But I told my parents about it. My parents were not so interested in doing that for me because they thought I wasn't going to be serious and pay close attention to what my boss is going to teach me. So I told him, he said, that's very good idea. So where do you want to learn? I already found where I wanted to. I made inquiries on where and how to go about it. So I told him, and he just said to me was, okay, we'll go there next week. 1st of May 2016, which was a public holiday, we went with a carton of biscuits and one crate of mineral. We started, they did all the prayers. And as at that time, I was waiting for admission to go to school. So while the waiting process, I was using that to learn a trade for myself. 8 months into learning that trade, I got admission to school. On getting to school, I find it difficult to showcase what I was doing because I was shy about it. One of my few friends that knew me from home told somebody that, oh, I know how to sew. This guy knows how to sew. And you said, are you serious? Then why are you hiding yourself? And he gave me a fabric to make a particular clothes for him that he wanted to wear it for his graduation. And I made it, it came out so well. Everybody that saw him with those clothes, with the clothes I made for him, were commenting, oh, good, who made it for you is perfect, is good. And that was how the whole thing started. So, mind you, when I met him, I already had something in mind that I wanted to do something. I wasn't miserable. I wasn't walking about like someone that wasn't focused. He helped me in a sense that in order for me to work towards what I wanted to achieve and who I wanted to be. Today, as I'm talking to you, I'm a graduate. I'm not just a graduate, I'm a shop owner. I've never gotten my certificate from school because my business is what is keeping me up to this moment of my life. This initiative has helped me to become who I am today. If I had not come in contact with Coach Ibuka, I don't know how my life would have been by now. Probably I'll be messing around with a lot of either girls or finding a way to just get quick money and just want to make it on time. But meeting him has helped me in order for me to develop my life, in order for me to meet people, have a good relationship with people, and how to build up business and brand. My life today is a miracle because so many temptations came, so many things happened, but this initiative has helped me in keeping and sustaining the love of God in my life. Save the Boys initiative is where your child needs to be. If your child is not in this initiative, I don't know what else you want for your child, but Save the Boys initiative help you to develop your child, helps you to have the right sense of value in leadership, in parenting, in all round. Thank you to Coach Ibuka. Thank you to everyone, and God bless you.
Wow. That's the
Okay.
first son of the family. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, everyone. We can see so many people in the room. Thank you for being
Amazing.
here. Thank you for joining us and welcome to the International Boys Conference 2026. That's how we like to say it. 2026. And this is day 2.
Absolutely.
I'm sure after day 1, you had a lot to chew on. You had a lot of conversations, parents, that you could have with your sons. Well, this class is for you.
Absolutely.
Welcome, dear boys. Any boy who is on this live, this is not your class. This class is only for parents,
For parents.
fathers and mothers. Boys, will see you at 6 p.m.
Absolutely.
Welcome, everyone. We're excited to have you all. Please do us the favor of going to the chat room. It's your turn to tell us your name and where you're joining us from, using the first letter of your name to identify yourself.
Absolutely.
Let's see your comments in the chat room.
And please, as you do that, please share this link with every parent you know, whether they have boys, whether they have girls. Share with them and those that young couples or young people that you know that need to learn about parenting. Share this link with everybody you know. And we're going to start right about now.
All right, welcome Jay from Abuja. We see you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here.
So we don't want to keep parents waiting.
All right.
And we don't want to keep our own mentor waiting.
Our own mentor.
The speaker today is not just a speaker. She is
Mother General.
Mother General. The force behind this vision.
My mother.
In fact,
the mother that mothered their mother.
Every other mother needs to come and be mothered by this mother.
I'm very humble. You can see I came with my tab, my daughter, everything. I'm ready.
Welcome, we're happy to have you, Maya. Welcome.
Yes, this is our mentor and the person who has shaped us to where we are today. We celebrate you, man. So we're going to read our bio quickly, and then we'll have our rights. Speaking to us today on something very important: raising boys who solve problems and not the ones who create them. Please, let's have the bio of the one and only Wendy Ologi.
It's Coach Wendy Ologi, Baker's foremost parent coach and transformational leader, founder of the Intentional Parent Academy, empowering parents to raise exceptional children, passionate about nurturing children mentally and emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, and purposefully. Wendy believes parenting is a lifelong transformational journey. Through her academy, families around the world are being transformed. Best-selling author of over 33 parenting books, with more than 1 million copies sold worldwide, leading a global parenting community of over 1 million people, featured on global platforms including CBN Africa and Facebook. Happily married to Coach Kunle Ologe for over 17 years and blessed with exceptional twins, recognized globally for shaping families and future generations. Please welcome Coach Wendy Ologe.
Thank you so much. You have the floor now, Ma.
Ruth and Coach Ebuka of the Most High. So I was having you guys, in the background when Coach Ruth was talking. And, yesterday I was listening to Coach Ruth and Coach Ebuka. And every time that there's a review, I hear Coach Ruth say, this is what is happening. Coach Ebuka say, absolutely, absolutely. I heard it like more than 10 times. And we just yapped you in the studio with the team now. But I want to say congratulations to Coach Ruth and Coach Ebuka once again. It is an honor to be right here at the International Boys Conference 2026. As usual, I am so proud of this too. I witnessed this team year in, year out. And I'm so glad to see this vision transform lives, transform people, and become what it is today. Incidentally, I had a meeting today with some parents, and I said to them, I have seen visions from nothing, and they become a movement. And this is one of those visions that I have seen with my eyes. The things that our eyes have seen, when you see something from small and you see it explode literally right in your very eyes. I want to say thank you and shout out to all of the Save the Boys and BLA team for this. I'm going to go straight because I have a very little time, but I'm going to share something that will stay with you for the rest of your life. Raising boys who solve problems, not create them. That's the team. When I saw this, the first thing that came to me was the author and finisher of our faith, Jesus Christ. He was a problem solver. Now, the goal of parenting is not to raise a good child. The goal of parenting is to raise a builder. The goal of parenting is to raise a thinker. The goal of parenting is to raise a solution carrier. The Bible says that Jesus has been brought to us as an example to our lives. Now, a boy becomes dangerous to society when strength grows faster than wisdom. Did you get that? So the Bible said that Jesus grew in wisdom and in stature. So none of them, strength was not growing faster than wisdom. But a boy becomes transformational when responsibility grows alongside strength. So that's why one of the greatest revelations in the scripture is what I call the carpenter's son's blueprint. Yeah. Are you guys ready? This is message from above. Before Jesus Christ became the savior of the world, he was trained in the workshop. The Bible said he grew under the influence of a father figure who was Joseph, who was a carpenter. Have you ever thought, why is it that Jesus was sent through a carpenter's house? There was a reason for that. So training boys who solve problems, not create them, you must understand that there are silent years of that space that should never be wasted. The times that our children, our boys are staying in our homes is a time that you are going to actually use that blueprint. Yeah. I'm not talking about a classroom of information. I'm talking about a workshop of pressure, tools, corrections, repetitions, responsibility, and real-world materials that don't lie. So before he ever spoke to crowds, before he learned to do any of those miracles, he shaped wood, he measured weight, he understood structure and respected process. That's why when you root through even the miracle processes of Jesus, you understood that this one was cooked in a workshop. Are you guys ready? So this is the foundation of raising boys who don't break things in life, but build solutions for it. What I'm teaching you, I saw it for the very first time a few days ago. A boy who learns to build with his hands learns not to destroy with his life. So if you do not teach a boy how to build with the hands, you are going to teach the boy how to destroy with his life. And unfortunately, the boys that we're raising today, we are actually raising them in the space where these boys are going to now be destructive because nobody has trained them with their hands. The silent years of Jesus were not wasted. They were workshop years. So wood, we need to break it down so that you can understand, what it is that happened to the boy child Jesus. Wood, if you get into the workshop and you see wood, that means there's a lot of patience. And hey, shout out to you guys. Yadas, I see you guys everywhere, anywhere. I see you guys. You guys are the real MVPs. And yes, shout out to all of you. One of the things that I have seen a lot of parents do with boys is that we are not allowing their wisdom to grow more than their strength. We're not allowing it. We are just letting them. So they grow muscle. These days, you go to the gym, you see a lot of boys carrying iron. I'm a gym rat. That's why I know that, by the way. So, of course, anytime that you see young boys, all they do is, gym, all of that. Who is building them? Who is building them? So before Jesus solved spiritual problems, he saw wood that taught him patience. He saw tools that taught him precision. He was building that taught him responsibility. He was repairing that taught him problem solving. So he learned how to solve practical problems for people. That's the blueprint missing in many of our homes today. Many boys are entertained, but they are not trained. Stimulated, not strengthened. Very excited, but not equipped. So when a boy is not trained to solve problems, he becomes one. So raising a boy who needs to suffer is not raising who don't become. No. He becomes a problem. He cannot solve a problem. It's as simple as that. So today, I'm going to be sharing with you what I call the 5 workshop pillars of the master problem solver. The 5 workshop pillars of the master problem solvers. Number 1 is what I call the workbench principle. If you see this teaching anywhere, my signature is on it. You've never heard it before. The workbench principle. Reality exposure. In the carpenter's workshop, nothing is theoretical. Nothing. Woods resist. Nails bend. Measurements matter. Give boys real tasks with real consequences. Let them fix broken items. Let them manage responsibilities. And when I'm not talking about fake chores, give them responsibility to manage. Every time that this home is running out of gas, you're responsible for it. That's what I'm talking about. All those that sweep your bed, make your bed, those are fake chores. That's what I call it in my home. I'm talking about core responsibility. Let them be able to organize physical spaces. Let them be able to help actual family needs. Reality is the first teacher of responsibility. So when you don't actually give reality teaching, it's just you making noise, really. So when a boy interacts with reality early, they stop creating avoidable chaos later. The reason your boy will create chaos later is that the connection with reality was not there. So there was no reality connection. I have a 16-year-old son, by the way, in case you are wondering. And one of the things that we made our son do at 10 was to go and learn iron bending. Oh, you think it's about iron bending? No, it was about reality exposure. That's what it was about. The workshop principle, the workbench principle, reality exposure. That's how the real world is. Number 2, the measurement discipline. Thinking before action. A carpenter who guesses destroys the material. He must measure before he acts. You need to train your boys to pause, to think. What is the problem? What do I know? What do I do? Who do I know? What is the correct step and the order? Don't rush to answer questions for your boys. What are the measurements here? Impulse creates waste. Measurement creates solution. Let your children, let your boys be able to understand that impulsive behavior is a no. You train it. You train it. There has to be a measurement discipline. One of the ways that we actually used to teach our son measurement discipline is to teach him to cook. We had to teach him to cook. You know what that does? He gets it. That you need to actually measure because there is a place. In the real life, you take a step that is impulsive, you waste your life. You must teach your sons that is it. And this is one of the things that Jesus needed to learn. He learned it in the carpenter's shop. Number 3, the material respects the law. Consequences are teachers. Wood does not forgive carelessness. If you cut wrongly, you start again. No, the consequences must stand when safe. Your child forgets a homework at home, and then you send the driver to send it. You have breached the gap of the material respecting the law. So your son will need to actually face the natural school consequence of not taking his homework to school, even if he's 1. Even if he's 1. And I'm not teaching you something I've not practiced. I remember that in those days, in primary school, one of those days, our son forgot his homework, and if he doesn't bring it, he was going to lose marks. Why is exam more important to the destiny of your child? I told our son, he was 8. We said to him, it's okay for you to fail an exam. I would rather you fail an exam than you fail in life. Oh, it's one-off. What are you saying? No. We don't do one-off here because the wood does not forgive carelessness. If you cut wrongly, you start again. So we teach you in time, because our home is a training ground, not a judgment arena. So that when you meet reality, it makes sense to you and you are able to connect. Careless handling, repair responsibility. Our son understands that he has a responsibility over his things. That's why he cannot go to school and lose his things and come back and then it will be report. What are you talking about? The reason your son knows that you will buy it again is because you have created an irresponsibility loop. Oh, my son has lost things in school, but he has found them. You know why? Because there is a repair responsibility. It is your responsibility. And then there's poor planning. See, poor planning equals to loss of privilege of time. You didn't plan, it's okay, you don't have it. You don't have it. See, the world is so unforgiving. That's why Jesus needed to get fortified before he was thrown. You know, God probably knew that if you had taken Jesus to another house where there was no workshop, Jesus might have not been this person. So Jesus needed, the boy Jesus needed to be trained for what the world is going to be out there. Would you have been crying when people were trying to persecute him? No, he needed to learn how to cut and not miss. And it's only in the workshop that can be done. Life becomes a teacher when parents stop becoming rescuers. You're a rescuer. You're constantly rescuing your child. Rescue them, rescue from destruction. You are the Alpha and the Omega. You want to rescue your child from everything. You rescue them from not to, you rescue them from doing this, rescue them from failing, rescue them. That's why you walk through jump with your sons at 16, at 17. Where's your workshop? Where's your workshop? How long will you work with him? And according to you, that's the day you want to show him love. Out of 18 years, that's the only day he wants to know that you love him. That's a boy that have not passed through fire. Jesus needed to pass through fire to become a problem solver. Without it, you become a non-entity. And unfortunately, we are raising boys who are non-entities. We bail them out. I have a book, Raising the Boy You Don't Need to Bail Out. That's one of the most profound works that I have. In fact, in Raising the Boys You Don't Need to Bail Out, I realized something and I wrote about it. Here's a copy. You can get it on Amazon or anywhere. I realized that a lot of boy parents do not understand that wisdom and strength, we need to go side by side for a boy child. And have you noticed, once you bail a child, a boy, you can bail a girl and a girl will survive. But once you bail a son, you will bail him out for life. Think about it. Your brothers, your mom's brothers, the ones have been bailed. Your sons, some of your husbands, you have bailed them. Their parents bailed them. They handed them over to you. You are bailing them. The moment you bail a boy child, you bail him for life. The bailing strategy never leaves the boys the same. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. It kills them. It kills them completely. True number 4. The 2 mastery principle. That's what I call it. Skill before speed. Jesus did not rush carpentry. He mastered the tools. Hammer, saw, chisel, plane. Each tool required respect and repetition. You need to give boys tools, thinking tools, practical tools. Let mastery come before complexity. Start early. Teach him responsibility early. Problem solvers are not raised through comfort. They are raised through responsibility. Give them to manage tools, schedules, simple tasks. Our son is the one that is in charge of booking, looking at our visas, doing our flights. When he leads the team, because a boy who carries responsibility develops capacity. So stop doing everything for him. Stop doing everything for him. Let mastery come before complexity. Now, a boy who lacks tools will use chaos as a substitute. Did you hear me? A boy who lacks skills will use chaos as a substitute. It means that this boy will probably just bring chaos into the system just to, to just ruffle everywhere. Number 5. I'm moving very quickly because I must tell you all I have come to tell you today before I leave. The building identity law. from fixing to creating. A carpenter is not defined by mistakes, but by what he builds next. So you need to speak identity consistently. You are a builder in this home. Builders fix what is broken. They don't run from it. Your mind is meant for solution. Those are the words you should speak to your son. That was builder thinking. That's how problem solvers act. That's the things you should say to him. Identity is the blueprint. Behavior follows the design. Yesterday, I was listening to Coach David Folarami talk to the boys, and he was talking about identity being security. Yeah. That's what secures your life. That's what secures your life. Now, here are the principles of raising problem-solving boys. Principle number 1, teach him responsibility early. Problem solvers are not raised in comfort. They are raised to responsibility. A boy who carries responsibility develops capacity. The way to develop capacity, to develop confidence, is to develop capacity so that you can become competent and then become confident. Most of our boys are incompetent because they are not being built. I told my son, I said, you're not going to be one of those boys that are in school and the girls are high flyers and you're at the back. I said, you cannot be in school and not be one of the top 3. It's impossible. Because you are a leader. You must have that mentality. The boy who solves little problems at home will actually not struggle with bigger problems in life. Give them problems to solve. Number 2, train his hands, not his mouth. Stop training. Plenty talk. Many boys can talk. Few can build. Teach practical competence. Fixing things. Cleaning. Cooking. Assembling. Creating. Repairing. By the time our son was in grade 4, that's primary 4, his bag tore. I'm telling you real life examples. And the teacher snapped him and sent it to us. I said, I saw your son sewing his bag. Grade 4. But your son's bag tears. He runs back because you think you have money. And then, of course, he buys another bag. I said, my bag just and he's crying, just talking. Talk. Plenty talk. The carpenter's workshop develops confidence. A boy who can build things is less likely to destroy things. Number 3, stop rewarding excuses. Excuses are cheap. Those that make them are not wise. If you excuse your child, you exclude them. You exclude them in life, according to Kujetima. You excuse your child, you exclude them. Every time that we are doing anything, my children are in the forefront. That's the truth. Because you can't be excused. Problem creators blame. Problem solvers adapt. Let me tell you, most of us actually reward excuses because you create them. You are also a problem. You are a problem creator. You are constantly blaming. You blame Nigeria. You blame everybody. Your sons are listening to you. When something goes wrong, instead of you to ask questions, to train your children to understand problem solving, you begin the blame game. Some of you live in Nigeria, and the first thing, even those of us who live in diaspora, the first reason you tell your children that you're moving is because there's a problem in Nigeria. What are you telling them? What do you think you're teaching them? You're teaching them to bail. If that is the reason you give them, you're teaching them to bail actually. Am I saying that that's not good enough for you? That's a conversation for another day. We're talking about this today. If that is what it is that you say to them, when something goes wrong, why not begin to learn? What could I have done differently? How do I fix this? What's the solution? Teach that to your child. My children, our children, my husband and I have never heard us for a minute say, oh, the reason this is happening is because we live in Nigeria. Nigeria is so bad. Hey, the world. Why are you going on and on? The government did this one. Your sons are listening. Do not raise boys who are experts at defending failure. Defending failure. Oh, there's no job in Nigeria. Oh, once I graduated, what is that? What happened to frying a car in front of your house? Come on. Why are you not washing car? Why are you not doing janitorial services? Who said so? Stop allowing your boys give excuses. Don't raise boys who are experts at defending failures. Raise boys who are experts at overcoming it. When there is a problem, what do? Our son lost his bottle in school. He looked at it, he said, I know that my parents are not going to replace this bottle. What do? He bought a bottle and started to use it as water. No excuses, no blames, no whining. Why are you raising children whining every time? Number 4, build emotional strength. Many boys become destructive because nobody taught them emotional regulation. Anger without wisdom becomes violence. Pain without guidance becomes rebellion. Most of our boys rebel because there is no guidance. Teach him how to communicate his emotions. Oh, you must be strong. No. How do I communicate? Teach him how to calm himself. Teach him how to process disappointment is a thing. Teach him how to handle corrections. Strong boys are not boys who suppress emotions. Strong boys are boys who govern emotions. I was listening to, I think, Auntie Ruth or so, and was saying yesterday about emotions expressions. Boys also cry. Yes, it's okay. It's about emotional regulations. Number 5, expose him to real problems. Sheltered boys become fragile men. Sheltered boys become fragile men. Let him serve people. We call our children trained servants. When our son is around, we send him, go and serve your mentor. Oh, Coach Ebuka is his mentor, by the way. Shout out to you. Go and serve your mentor and Auntie Ruth. In fact, he comes, Auntie Ruth is passing. He's grabbing her back. Service. What did Jesus do? Jesus was serving the people in the carpentry workshop. That was part of the things he learned. To serve. How is it that Jesus was the first servant leader we ever read about? Come on now. That's how to solve problems. Teach him to see responsibility. Let your sons be able to, they should not see things that is around them and they are passing. What's that? They should see responsibility. When things are around them, they see it. They see it. I was talking to a teacher in my son's school, and he was saying, your son is the one that will take charge, will be the one to, put up things. That's, why they were billing him for the head boy, and I was smiling. I said to him, he was trained to see responsibility. He was trained for it. Let him volunteer. Coach Ebuka, there is IBC tomorrow. Why your son's not volunteering? Oh, they are too big. They don't volunteer. They don't do such things. Let them volunteer. Let them work. Every holiday since 13, my children have been working in a place. Different places. They've gone to BLA to volunteer. You work. Standard. So I have a book called Raising the Independent Thinking Child. One of the things that I said is that if you must raise a child who can think differently, you must do something differently. That's why we will send our son to go and bend iron at 10. I did not say you should do that, by the way. And there's a way to it. I run an inner circle program of the Intentional Parent Academy. Shout out to you, Yadas. And one of the things I say to them is that there is a process to these things. You teach it first. So don't hear me and just run off and say, I heard that woman. And then she now went. No. It's not part of it. All right? It's not part of it. You must train them. You must train them. And training involves you doing a lot. So when you hear me share an experience, it's because they've been trained. Our children started to travel at age 10 within the same Nigeria that, so it's a choice. It's a choice. It's a choice. If our daughter, even our son, needs to go anywhere, I don't need to chaperone them from one place to another. Let them be able to see things and do it. Let them be able to help fix family challenges. There's a family challenge. Send them to do it. Why are you the one jumping up and down? I don't know how to process any of this out. My children, what are they doing with their daylight? Let them be able to observe leadership. Sometimes our children are working in family hall. They are working, they are seeing what it is that we do. They are seeing our work. They are working, they are going to Antetima. They are going to Coach Ebuka. They are going to, my friend who's an architect. They are going everywhere to observe. How does leadership work? When boys only consume entertainment, they become spectators in life. Problem solvers are produced through exposure. Expose them. Stop hiding them. You can't hide a future king. Like I said to Yadas yesterday. I told you as I go parents, you cannot hide a future king. How do you want to do that? Let me say this again to you. When boys only consume entertainment, They become spectators in life. Look at our boys. All they watch is kids online. It's a dangerous move for us. We must watch it. Number 6, teach him to protect, not dominate. Masculinity is not aggression. So true masculinity is strength. It protects women, children, truth, family, values. A trained boy will ask, who needs help? That's what a trained boy will ask. A trained boy will ask, what can I fix? A trained boy will ask, how can I serve? During our last party, my son happened to stumble on the party, the team party and all of that. And he carried the bottle of wine and was serving everybody. That's what it is that we do. As in, like, you just come around, you are laughing around. How? Your job is to serve first before any other thing. That's your job. And my son gets it. He says, I'm the first steward in this place. I'm your steward. Number 7, connecting to purpose. Idle boys become vulnerable boys. A boy without vision will seek validation from gangs, from social media, from pornography, from peer pressure, from reckless trend, because there is no vision. Where there is no vision, my people perish. The reason Jesus became who he became is because Jesus had the vision to save the world. What vision can that your son see? Purpose stabilizes masculinity. Without purpose, that masculinity is dead. You must train a boy who knows who he is, what he carries, why he exists. It becomes harder to corrupt him. It becomes harder to corrupt him. The world is producing boys that have access to technology, exposure to information, endless entertainment, but little formation, little reformation, like our team says. We are raising digitally skilled boys who are idiots, literally. Forgive my language, but I'm here to announce to you from the academy that our daughters are not going to marry untrained boys, aka idiots. The days have gone where a child is addicted to one thing and is now one a fulefu, and then you now say, oh, let them just, once he marries, marriage will change him. Is my daughter a rehabilitation center? I would rather keep my daughter at home. Sorry, we won't exchange trained people for untrained people. And if you are a mother of a baby girl thinking that it doesn't concern you, our trained sons will not be exchanged. You see that movie, A Prince Married a Village Girl? It is not reality. It is in the movies, Nigerian movies only. It's not happening here. We ain't going to exchange a prince for the girl in the village. We exchange a prince for a princess. So wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Because strength without direction eventually becomes destruction. So, as I close, do not merely raise successful boys. I want you today to raise builders, to raise protectors, to raise leaders, to raise creators, to raise thinkers, to raise solution carriers. Raise boys who enter room and make things better, because the future does not need more loud men. The future need more trained men. That's the people that we are looking for. Trained men. Trained men. Trained men. Most boys today are raised outside of the workshop. Too much explanation. Too little experience. Too much protection. Too little exposure. Too much correction. Too little building. So they grow into men who have a lot of information but lack judgment. Avoid pressure but cannot build on that. React emotionally instead of solving structurally. Jesus was not raised in noise. He was raised in the workshop. And what is built in the workshop does not collapse under pressure. It carries weight. Yesterday I heard David Folorami talk about pressure. And by the time somebody is going to come to you, what is the workshop? It's easy to blame your child. But what workshop? In the workshop, a broken piece of wood is not a disaster. It is a design challenge. You learn how to join the wood, the stone. Jesus learned the logic of construction. So you must move your son from compliance to competence. Give him tools, a wrench, a budget, a complex job. That is actually slightly above his skill level to build his problem solver DNA. That's who he is. And you must raise your children to move from scarcity to resourcefulness. Jesus' upbringing prepared him to see possibilities where there were lack. That's why he could see the 5,000 people hungry and he could actually say, I know what to do. When your son complains about what doesn't have, challenge him to look for what he does have and how he can be using it. That's it. Own the outcome at the end of the day. A problem creator blames the environment. A problem solver owns the restoration. The ultimate solution, the Christ. Jesus did not create problem of sin, yet he took full responsibility for the solution. He modeled the true meaning of problem solving that requires self-sacrifices, that requires innovation, that changes the heart rather than just the behavior. I want you today to foster what I call architectural responsibility. If there's a mess in a common area, let your child, or I call it responsibility quotient. That's your challenge. I want you to move from the rescuer to the problem solver, from venting to solutions, from blame game to ownership. You need to raise that boy who understands. Create your own garage today. Every one of us need a workshop. That's why people like Mark Zuckerberg will tell you that we grew up and there was garages in our home. Whether it's digital, physical, whether you could think it, just think about the garage. If you do not have a physical garage, you can foster a shift by creating a household culture of what I call architectural responsibility, architectural and a technical skill. So you must move, rescue to micro struggles. Stop intervening. Immediately when your son faces a challenge, allow him 5 minutes of controlled failure so that he can develop his own deconstruction skill. Do the two solutions rule. Instead of allowing emotional outbursts when something goes wrong, require your son to bring you 2 potential fixers before he's allowed to vent. That's one of the things, the rules that we use for our son. So our son does not whine. You bring 2 solution rules. And lastly, you provide challenging tasks. Give your son tools, not chores. Not chores. Give him tools. Let him manage a budget. Let him manage a fixing leak. Let him supervise people that are building in your house. That is what it is, not chores. Chores are the lowest level of responsibility. That's not where your son is going. That's slightly above his current skill level. That shift focuses following rules to avoiding, to developing skills to providing value. Stop following rules to avoid punishment. That's the lowest level of parenting. Move to developing skills to providing value. When you establish training ground, you are giving a gift, wrapping a leader for the next generation who sees every tragedy as a puzzle and every broken word, every broken thing as a blueprint for restoration. Raise a carpenter kind of son environment and raise a son who solves problem like the carpenter's son. And I hope that you will be able to use the carpenter's son blueprint to train boys who solve problems and not those who create them. Thank you so much, Coach Ebuka and Coach Ruth. And congratulations to all of you. And see you guys tomorrow.
Wow.
Wow.
Hey, God. Thank you so much, Coach Wendy. This one is inside my head. Chores are the lowest level of responsibility. I just put my hand on my head and say, hey, God.
Thank you, mother.
Thank you so much, our mother.
Mother, she collected inside here.
You were collecting.
Inside here was collecting. Thank you, mother.
Thank you so much.
No, somebody just said in one of the Yada's group that we are so blessed that God has people. See, what a word. I'm telling you what somebody said. God has people on earth. So what a word. Thank you.
It is how this, our popular story of Jesus in the carpenter's house. I've
never seen it.
Never.
I've
thought
never.
of it, even in that direction.
Never. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Coach Wendy, mother.
Mother, like we said, like we do it this night, I'm not going to sleep. We are going to stay on this revelation until it becomes a reality.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. And we'll see a lot of yadas in the house. And if you're not a yada, why
now?
If you're not in the ark, why are you
now?
drowning? Why do you choose to be drowning when there's an ark of safety?
Why do you choose to be explaining when the water is stirred?
God, flood has come up, Biago. Please join the year. If you are not following Coach Wendy Oluge on, also there's no other Wendy Oluge in the world.
There's no other one. And there shall
None,
never be
there's none
another.
that is ready to be born. Please just size only one. Follow. Join the inner circle. Join the yard.
Join the
And
yard.
so that we can be all right. So that I can be receiving this Rema every Thursday. Your life cannot be the same again. And for those asking, where are people getting such audacity to do this from? This is the
audacity.
This is the audacity.
personified.
This is the fountain of the audacity. Thank you so much. We are grateful. And my dad is coming up soon. I don't even know what to say. But we are ready for the fire.
Yes, we are
Baby
ready.
girl of the prophet.
Mm.
He's not only I'm the first son of this
And the mandate
prophet,
secretary.
and the mandate secretary.
We must
Oh,
remember
we
to
want-
add
the world must
who
know.
hatched it.
Yes. Thank you, ma.
Thank
We
you
are
so much,
grateful.
Mona. We are grateful.
I think just begin because tomorrow again at the physical event is going to be a mind blowing.
Coach Wendy will be live.
live there.
This is just small.
It's just small.
Come and collect the
According
rest.
to, please.
Come and collect the balance.
Absolutely. And Coach Kulo Lego will be coming up next for the fathers. Mama, just a minute for the fathers. Please, what you just heard is just it's just a scratch.
Just
Drop. Something heavy is coming. Your husband, all the husband, please tell
Bring
your
them.
husband, bring them.
Bring them.
Anywhere they are, bring them. They
Stop
are not
complaining
They are
and
not
bring them.
labels in Jesus' name. Bring them.
Amen.
Anywhere they are, tell them, join now. You know how you collect money for week, how you collect money for vacation. Say, honey, there's something. After this listening, you know what to do next. Please make sure they join next as we continue. Mother, we are grateful.
We are grateful,
Thank you for
ma.
this impact. We celebrate you.
Thank
And
you,
God
ma.
bless you.
Amen.
Yeah, we allow. The bicycle or the books. No, tomorrow, please prepare
No
a table
whining,
for my son.
no complaining. Please prepare a table.
Celebrate them.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll be right back in just a minute. Media, please.
1, 2, everybody say, Judah, Judah, Judah. It's the mystery of grace. I would have to fight. I would lift the sword. The battle formation. Come on. It's the mystery of grace. Say where you have to fight.
I will have to fight.
Somebody declare.
I will lift the sword. The foundation is the mystery of grace.
Say I will have to fight.
I will have to fight.
Say I will lift the sword.
I will lift the sword.
The battle formation.
The foundation
Are you ready?
is the mystery of grace.
I don't give my One, two, everybody say,
It dey work for me, oh. It dey work for me, oh. It dey work for me, oh. Aye, aye. It dey work for me, oh. When I first come pray, oh, my prayer no be for waste.
Hello, my name is Miracle Chukwu. Growing up, I had a lot of issues as a young boy. I had serious relationship issues with my father, which affected my relationship with my siblings. And this led me into seeking for comfort outside my house. So I would always go out of the house and move around with friends because I didn't want to face that war zone I called a house. I started following bad friends at a very young age, and it led into different vices. My Reformation story started in 2019. At that stage of my life, I was suicidal. I wanted to end it all because I felt life had no meaning, because nothing was working. I was stagnant and life just did not have any meaning. I was contemplating suicide. Two of my friends found out about these decisions, and a friend asked me to go to Facebook and search for the name Ebuka Ede Obika and send him a DM, which I did, and we started talking online. And for the first time in my life, I felt loved, I felt accepted with all my baggages, with all my bad characters and all my issues. So for the first time, he invited me to his house for a meeting, a gathering of his mentees. I came into the place and I was inspired. I saw a community of boys who had issues, who had struggles, but yet in that struggle, they were in a fight, in a journey to become better. And I was inspired not to give up. And I kept on that journey. I kept pushing, and I kept pushing. Save the Boys Initiative has shaped my life and my personality. I am no longer the person I used to be. I am now a better version of myself. People who knew me back then see me today and they are shocked at the level of growth, improvement, and value I have added to myself. And all this were through Save the Boys Initiative. Save the Boys Initiative is a community where boys are taught responsibility, leadership, through a system of accountability. It's a place for any boy who wants to become a productive man. Now I am in 200 level studying psychology in Nassau State University. By the grace of God, I'm a first class student, and it is because of the values that I have learned and the lessons I have learned from Save the Boys Initiative. So I urge every boy out there listening. Your case might be more deeper or more stronger, or you might have experienced more hurt than I have. But if Save the Boys Initiative was able to do it for me, it can do it for you. So stay connected, stay accountable, and your life will never remain the same. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Welcome again to our fathers. This time around, it's our fathers that are here. Welcome, daddies. Daddy is destiny. Daddy is an advantage. Welcome, and we're happy to have you. This is day 2 of the International Boys Conference 2026. And it is the 7th edition in a row. And we are super excited to have gotten the value that we started with yesterday. We spent 2 hours with the boys yesterday, and just some minutes ago, we concluded with the parent session. Every father listening to me, please, if you didn't join the last session, it's important that you catch a replay. And yes, I'm sure you're wondering, who are these people? What are they doing here? We are called the king and the queen of boys, Coach Ebuka and Coach Ruth. And yes, we also run a mentorship system for boys. We like to refer to that system as the boys only zone. If you go on any social media platform and just check Boys Leadership Academy, you would see us. We currently have 3,000 capacity of boys in the mentorship system from 30 countries around the world. So we are not local, we are global. And yes, we have written about 24 books for boys. So in case you're just meeting us for the very first time, you are in a safe place and your sons are more than welcome to the academy. You will get details of what BLA does, how BLA operates, our packages, including boot camps. Yes, we run boot camps for boys, and we do that in the cities of Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Enugu, and Jos for now, and in countries like Canada, US, UK, Australia in view, and Ghana in view. So if you are anywhere around this place or its environs, then you need to get your son to meet us. One promise I want to give you. If you have a son between the ages of 5 and 19, and your son meets us, you will keep smiling.
Absolutely.
I bet you on that.
Absolutely. And the 10-in-1 football series is coming up right on the 1st of June. Is our flash sale. Those are your sons that love football, right? And they don't read or listen to any other thing other than football. We have written books that will help to communicate emotion, resilience, sexual purity, responsibility, godliness, all in a book, all right, in 10 books, all right, using football to help them understand these skills for life, as Coach Wendy just taught us. 1st of June, you're going to be having that book at a 40% discount. If you're not part of those on the wait list, you can reach us to, any of our line or on social media handles, and you'll be part of those waiting to get those books for your son. Please join this community, and it's going to be a life-transforming experience for your sons. Alrighty.
Yes.
I will have somebody
the
very
hour has
special.
come. The hour has come. There is
as
always a force
as in a
that
force.
pushes any system
Ah,
to stand, to succeed,
As-
and to scale.
absolutely.
And today, you are going to meet that force and you're going to listen to that force. Fathers, I want to beg you, leave your hearts open. See, your boys have told us plenty things. One of the things they have said, they want to touch the heroes in their daddies.
Absolutely.
So this is the reason why we have put together this particular session, so that you can get equipped on how to connect with your son. Right in the room, we have somebody who we honor, we value, and we listen to. Very important. Our mentor is in the room.
It's in the room.
And he will be the one walking fathers through this journey. Hey God, I'm just feeling somehow. I don't know how I'm feeling. And I don't know why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. And we are so excited. We want to really say thank you, sir.
Thank you so much,
for
sir.
honoring our invitation again. They literally shut down everything just to be with us. We're so grateful, sir, for the push, and we thank you for your voice that will shape destinies today. We are going to be welcoming
My dad.
Coach Ebuka's dad. He likes
My-
to say my dad, even though it's our dad.
My
But
dad.
it's okay, I'm okay.
Please,
We'd like
let's-
to welcome our dad. We'll just have the media roll up his profile so you know who is speaking, and then we'll take it up from there.
Welcome,
Media,
sir.
please, let's go.
Kunle Ologe is a man on a clear and compelling mission to see marriages thrive and families flourish. A respected marriage counselor, business mentor, and founder of the Marriage Seal Academy, Kunle has become a trusted voice in helping couples rebuild connection, restore intimacy, and create marriages that are both fulfilling and sustainable. With over 17 years of personal marriage experience, Kunle brings not just theory, but lived wisdom into his work, making his teachings deeply practical, relatable, and results-driven. Through the Marriage Seal Academy, he leads transformative initiatives such as Couples Conclave, a structured marriage growth community impacting couples year-round. Before You Say, I Do, a premarital program preparing singles for lifelong commitment, becoming Mr. and Mrs., guiding singles in making intentional marital decisions, and Marriage Basics, a foundational program designed to strengthen homes from the ground up. In March 2026, he expanded his impact with the release of 4 powerful books: Healing from Marital Hurt, Conflict Behind Closed Doors, Marriage Stories Volume 2, and Building a Family Finance Empire, further equipping couples with practical tools for healing, communication, storytelling, and financial alignment in marriage. He is now the author of over 14 marriage-focused books, including the best-selling book, What Your Spouse Is Not Telling You, Building Your Marriage Plan, Husband Manual, and Wife Manual, resources that continue to shape conversations and outcomes in marriages across different stages. Before fully stepping into the marriage and mentorship space, Kunle built an outstanding 18-year career in the Nigerian banking industry, serving as a branch manager at Zenith Bank PLC for 6 years. In 2023, he made a defining transition from corporate leadership to fully pursue his calling in marriage transformation and business mentorship. Today, his work extends beyond counseling into speaking, mentorship, and community building, equipping couples and individuals with practical tools for love, communication, finances, and emotional intelligence in marriage. He also maintains active business interests in real estate, trade, and the Smart Office co-working hub in Abuja. A man of deep faith, Kunle serves as a deacon at Living Faith Church, where he is known for his leadership, wisdom, and creative expression in ministry. What sets Kunle apart is his unique blend of spiritual depth, relational intelligence, and financial insight, allowing him to address marriage not just emotionally, but holistically. He is happily married to Wendy Ologe, and together they are raising two children in a home built on love, purpose, and faith. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kunle Ologe.
You're welcome, sir. You're
Welcome,
welcome, Daddy.
Daddy.
We are super excited to have you, sir. Please, all parents in the room, please share this link with every father you know everywhere and get all of them to join. Thank you, sir. Have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much, Ebuka and Ruth, my precious ones. And it's like a spiritual thing that I'm wearing green. And I didn't know that people were going to wear green, and I'm wearing green also, military green.
Yes, Daddy.
I'm so happy. Well done to both of you, and thank you so much for what you do for the boys. We know over the years we have been talking about girls, girls, and we ignored the boys. Those boys that were ignored have now become men. And those men are now a challenge to the society because they are men that were not trained. And that's what we're trying to reverse. And so, well done to Ebuka and Ruth Ede for this huge initiative that they've run for years. And you don't want to know the budget of running this. And it's a huge sacrifice. And those of us who are behind the scenes, we know what you are doing. So well done. God bless you. God continue to increase you in Jesus' name. And to everybody who is here, who has joined us, can I kick off? Ebuka and Ruth, are we ready? Can I kick off? Can I go ahead?
Yes, yes, sir.
All right, splendid. So to everybody who has joined us today, all the fathers here in the house, I want to say good evening to you. I'm speaking from Abuja. Of course, my name is Kunle Ologe, as you saw, and I'm so happy to be here to talk to you. This is a great, great time and a great opportunity for me to just rub minds with you, and I will pray and I will ask that everybody who is here right now, all the husbands, all the fathers that are here right now, if you are in Abuja, don't miss tomorrow's event. Let your boys see you standing behind them because you are the pillar that they need. Every father has the feathers on which the sons fly. Every father has the feathers on which the sons fly. This is very important. You see, as a father, God has created you as the forerunner to your sons. And if you don't do a good job, you may have all it takes, but you may never pass it down to them. And I want to say well done to all the speakers who have spoken before me, Coach David, and of course my beautiful wife, Wendy Ologe, that just finished speaking. Great, excellent job. And of course, the king of boys himself. And my own job here is very short, sharp, straight to the point. I want to just encourage the fathers to wake up to their roles and to the need for them to communicate that thing that God has put in them for their sons. What do we see today? We see giants of men, and it's expected that when you see their sons will be bigger giants. And I'm not just talking about giant by size. I'm talking about giant by accomplishments, by the resources they're able to bring forward, by the responsibility, by their abilities. So we're expecting to see giants. But what are we seeing now? We're seeing feminized boys. Boys that cannot. I was in a forum where I had young men. And I was asking them if they could drive. Almost all of them cannot drive. when I was a boy, I started learning how to drive by 15. By 16, I was already driving reasonably well. So that by 18, when I got my driver's license, I was strong. Where's your boy? What part of you has your boy taken? What part of you has your boy imbibed? What part of you is your boy reflecting? So you're a political stalwart. Your son knows nothing about politics. You're an engineer building structures all over the country. Your son has nothing to, it doesn't join him. You're a doctor. Your son doesn't know the first thing about medicine. Your sons don't know how to change tires, but you know how to change tires. You started changing tires from when you were wee high. So what is happening? There is a communication gap, a huge communication gap. You know, one of the things that have happened to this generation of fathers is that in a bid to provide what we didn't have for our children, we have overcompensated and forgotten that we are raising men. Every boy is a man. Every boy is a potential man. If you don't know that by now, know it. So as you go home today, or as you look at your child today, your son today, what you should be looking at is a man. Man. You know, I have 2 children. God has blessed my wife and I with 2 children. And we have a set of twins, a boy and a girl. The way I treat my son is not the way I treat my daughter. My daughter, I give her baby girl vibes. My son, even he sometimes, he notices it and he says it. And you know they are twins. There are times when he's trying to sleep. I remember one night that we were supposed to all do night prayer. Not too long ago, I think about a year ago. We were all supposed to wake up and do night prayer. And everybody was so sleepy. My wife was so sleepy. My children were so sleepy. And me, I just found out that it was only me that was praying. Do you know the person I woke up? My son. I tapped him. I held him up by his arm. And for those of you who know my son, he's bigger than me now. So it was not easy holding him. But I held him up by his arm. And I told him, stand. You must pray. You must pray. Pray. Open your eye. As he was dozing, I was hitting him. I said, open your eye. Pray, pray, pray. I'm raising a man. I don't want a situation where in my old age, there's nobody that can stand at the gate against the enemy for me. And not just for me, for the entire world, for his community, for his family, for his country. I need a man. I don't want to raise a boy for life. Some of us are raising boys for life. That your 18-year-old boy is still a boy. He can't be called a man. There is a problem. It's a big problem. It's a big gap. And if we don't recognize that gap, we are going to regret it in the future. When you sit down and the things that you could do at your son's age, when he's now a young man in his 20s, you see your son still running back to you saying, Daddy, help me. Every boy is a man in making. He's just passing through a process. Even our Lord Jesus Christ learned carpentry and learned carpentry so well that they knew him as the carpenter's son. You know, before they know you as something, it means that there's something about it. If he was a useless person, if he was not a good carpenter, they wouldn't have linked him with his father. In those days, if you are not good at that kind of thing, they dissociate you. But they called him the carpenter's son, which means he was a good carpenter. So his father was a carpenter. His father transferred to him everything he knew about carpentry. What are you transferring to your son? What have you transferred? And what are you transferring now? How can you have a boy that something is happening in the estate you are living, and you can't go out with the boy? I mean, do you know what I mean? Where you are going to confront something. Maybe there's a snake, maybe there are intruders, and you as a man, you are going out to confront it. Then you are telling that your 20-year-old boy, that is still a boy, you're telling him, hide. So who will fight? Who is going to fight for us? Who are the soldiers of the future? You know, recently, I don't know if you heard, but the Nigerian army was complaining that people are not coming out for recruitment. Yes, I know we all said, oh, it's because people are complaining that soldiers are left to die, with the insurgents and everything. So the real problem is that we have raised cowards. Yes, someone should put it in the comment section. We need to all accept this responsibility and this liability. We need to all accept it. We are all joined, because not one person raises, a child. All of us are jointly guilty. We have raised cowards. This is why the Nigerian army does not have people coming for recruitment. In those days, people used to struggle to get recruited in the Nigerian army. Now, we have raised lily-livered little children who are now men in their 20s. It must stop. And it stops with you bridging that gap of communication. The problem is that you have not communicated to your son that which you know, that which you have for him. You've not communicated it. You must. Stop being too afraid. Clean up your communication skills and begin to close that gap between you and your son, so that your son can actually carry what it is that you carry and more. Remember, your son is not supposed to be you. Your son is supposed to be greater than you. Someone should put it in the comment section. Your son is not supposed to be you. Your son is supposed to be greater than you. If that's not happening, then you are already failing. So wake up. When I say tomorrow, you should make sure you are at this conference. Please don't miss it, unless you are not in Abuja. If you are in Abuja, make sure you are at the physical conference, so that you can encourage those your sons. I was talking to my son and his classmates just this last month. They were home for the Easter, and it was their it was my children's birthday. So their friends came over, their classmates, they came over. And as I was talking to them, trying to give them a pep talk, even they acknowledged that their set is not like the set they met. Because I was reminding them, I said, the set we met in your school, we met as in the set that were the senior people when they entered in JSS1. Now they're in SS2. The set that were in SS2, SS3, they were actually men and women, as in you could see them. They were comported, they were bold, they could talk, they could, and all of that. But their own set now, I fear for them. Only a few of them, my son being one of them, are bold and able to take charge of things. And it's scary, because if in a class of probably over 30 boys, you only have about 5 that you can really say are transitioning from being boys, because all of them are 16 and 15, 16. So they are transitioning from being boys to men. You only have 5 out of 30. Then we're in trouble. Now, circulate that around all the entire country to see how many real men do we have. How many men do we have? We don't have. It's a problem. So we need to bridge the communication gap, so that we make sure that we transmit what is in us to our children. What is in us to our children. All right. Now, I can see somebody in the comment section saying this is not a question of cowardice or bravery. It's a kind of military. I'm telling you that that's the excuse we are giving. This excuse you are saying, that is the kind of military that we have. That's why people are not enrolling. I'm telling you that that's the excuse we are giving. The real excuse, the real reason is cowardice. Stop. I put it to you again. You need to go and ask the people in the military. They'll tell you. The real problem is cowardice. We are raising cowards. And it's scary. Very scary. Okay. I learned that the picture is freezing. I hope it's clear now. Please confirm to me that you can see me and you can hear me. Let's be very sure because this message must get home. So if you can see me and you can hear me, please put it in the comment section that you can actually see me and you can hear me, so that we continue. All right, let's move on. So what are the causes of this gap, this communication gap? What are the causes of this communication gap? I'm waiting for that confirmation so that I can be sure. Do we have confirmation? Is it getting clearer? Team members, is it clear? Please confirm to me. Okay, someone says, I can see and hear you clearly. All right, thank you very much. Just to confirm that everything is good. Oh, somebody else says it's still freezing. Okay, please just continue. Let me keep seeing the comments so that I know. Okay, I think a lot of people can see me. Apologies for that if you cannot see me, but I hope it's clear now. So what are the reasons why we cannot communicate with our sons? The first one is the silent voice of masculinity. The silent voice of masculinity. Now, what this is talking about is that you are raised to be quiet because you saw your father being quiet. Your father didn't talk to you. Your father just assumed that you will pick things and run. So you too, you've learned to be quiet. You just feel that, well, I'm a man, my son should just watch me and follow. That's very true, because the way God created the male figure is that the children, the sons of the male figure, will model after him. That's very true. So whether you say anything to your child or you don't, that child will model after you. That can also be scary, because if you are doing the wrong thing, the child will do the wrong thing. However, we must move from just waiting for our children to model us. We must talk to them. So one of the reasons that we're not talking to them is that silent voice of masculinity that has been moved from generation to generation. It has now become so bad that fathers no longer say anything to their children. So you see boys that cannot do things that men normally should do. The next one is the winner-loser feedback loop. The winner-loser feedback loop. What are we saying when we're talking about winner-loser? So you are treating your child like, if you make a mistake, I come down on you, you must be right. And so because of that, that channel where you can even sit down with your son and have a conversation is not there. It's not there. The only thing your son hears is, you did this wrong, you did this wrong. You've not even told him how to do it right. But you are there going around saying, you did this wrong, you did this wrong, you did that wrong. So there's a lot of litigation, so to say, judgment in your home. And so there's no communication going on. Your child is afraid of you, too scared of you, because every time you come home, the first thing you see are the wrong things happening in the house. So the child is not even able to open up and even ask you a question. Let's even say you are not saying anything. Why are the children not asking questions? Because they are afraid. You've become too critical about them. Too critical about them. The next one, the third reason why fathers are not communicating with their sons is because of the divergent identities of the father and the son. Now, this is very important. You may be, as a father, somebody who is stable, you are straight. Let's use the word straight. Everything needs to be done like this. Your son may be somebody who is more adventurous. Now, if you are not able to identify that both being straight and being adventurous have their strengths, then you will be fighting your son who is adventurous, and you will kill initiative in the son, and then your son will stop communicating. There are many boys that are not talking now. They're not talking to their fathers, but they are talking to other men. Did you hear what I said? They're not talking to their fathers, but they are talking to other men, and that's dangerous. The father should be at least at the forefront. Yes, I know we have parenting partners, which is very, very important, but you must also play your own role as the father. But your son cannot talk to you because you are fighting him. And why are you fighting him? You have different identities, and you can't just identify and understand or allow the fact that you are different from your son. What you need to do is now to hone that identity for your son. The fourth reason that there's a communication gap is because of the fear of flooding. So because men do so many things, you're thinking of, I usually, as a married counselor, and that's what I do every day, where I'm always telling women, sometimes when men have too many things on their head, just give them a break. When a man just says, I want to sleep, I want to rest, allow him. Because there are a lot of things. While a woman is thinking of today, a man has thought like 20 years ahead, has thought like 100 years ahead. So when a man has all these things on his head, he doesn't want a situation where he's now trying to train the son, and then it now becomes another extra burden on him. So he would rather just expect the son to follow him instead of following a curriculum or reading a book or doing a course. So they are afraid of being flooded with too many things at the same time. These are some of the reasons that fathers are not communicating with their sons. But like I have said at the beginning, this communication is too important. Because if you're not communicating with them, then who is teaching them the values that you are supposed to teach them? Who? Who is teaching them the cultures? Who is giving them direction on how to handle difficult situations? The other day, my son, well, not the other day, I think like 2 years ago, my son was supposed to take an Uber. They went somewhere. He and another friend of his who had come to stay in our house, they had gone somewhere to another friend's house. And they were supposed to leave and come back to my house. And they had tried to book Uber, tried to book Bolt, and they were not just getting these vehicles. So my son told the other guy, hey, oh boy, may we enter keke. And initially the other boy was a little bit jittery, as in, keke. My son looked at him, so as in, what are you talking about? Of course, I enter keke every time now. So they entered the bike from where they were to where they will get the keke, took one keke from one port to, at the end of the day, they got home. We didn't even know all of this was happening. Why? I've taken my son before. When he was still a young boy, let's say like 8, 7. And I would start taking him on public transport, we'll use what we call along. In Abuja, we use along, we use keke, we use bike. Of course, the boy has to be a man. I'm not going to raise a man that does not know how to sustain himself in difficulty. So you must have that at the back of your mind, that you are raising a man, you're not raising a boy. And that man is supposed to take over from you and do a damn good job, a job greater than that you have done. So what do we need to do as fathers? Number 1, shift from logistics to lyrical connection. So instead of just doing things and doing things hoping that this boy will see you doing the things, you need to be able to say, hey, Peter, come. If you want to change the tire, the first thing you need to do is that you need to put wedges on the tire. So put those wedges on the tire. The boy puts the wedges. It's okay, come. So now you take the spanner and then you release it release the nuts. Then you now jack it up. Then you do the full release and then you remove it. And you're talking to him. Talk to him. Don't just be doing it and say, well, watch me now. Just watch. If you don't watch, you're on your own. No, put some voice into it. Put some communication. Don't confuse the young man so that he knows exactly what it is he's supposed to do. Unless you are deaf and dumb, sir. Please, talk. Very important. Because if you don't talk, your son will assume some things and mess things up. And then it now comes to the judgment stage where you'll be judging him. Number 2, practice turning towards small beads. Practice turning towards small beads. What this means is that every time that your son is trying to connect with you, sometimes, I don't know if it happens to you, your son will just run to you and say, hey, daddy, see what I just read here. Or, hey, daddy, I was discussing with this boy and this is what he said. Hey, daddy, I was watching, TV and I just saw this. Do you know what that boy is trying to do? He's trying to connect. Don't shoo him away. Don't tell him, okay, I've heard. No, don't do that. If your son came to you and started talking to you, then it means that he needs you to engage. So that's a bid for connection. It's called bid for connection. That's when somebody is trying to connect to you. Don't push your son away. I know that your father didn't do it for you, but don't push your son. That's why if you are here and you are not in the inner circle of the Intentional Parents Academy, you are wrong. The Boys Leadership Academy is there to train your sons. The Intentional Parent Academy Inner Circle is there to train you. So that you'll understand just this small thing I spoke about can mess up the life of your son if you don't handle it well. But you won't know that if you don't learn. There's this new book that my wife, Coach Wendy, wrote, 52 lessons every father must teach his son. Yeah, this book, 52 lessons every father must teach his son. You should get it. Okay? Reach out to the numbers on BLA. They'll tell you how to get it. Get this book. It will help you because some of you don't even know what to teach. So here are 52 lessons compiled so that you know what to teach and how to teach it. How to have that connection. This is very, very important. Very, very important. The next one you need to do is you need to reduce your voltage of conflict. Reduce it. That's your litigation. Reduce it. Yes, when a child has done the wrong thing, when a son has done the wrong thing, you must be able to tell him he has done the wrong thing. But don't hammer on it as if he's about to die, as in you want to crucify him. Don't do that. You need to be able to look at your son and say, okay, the fire is okay. I've told him what he has done. Now let's move forward. But when you continue hounding, I know fathers that for 3 days, the son did something. Maybe the son scratched his car or something. For 3 days, you are hounding the boy. Every time you see the boy, you say, stupid boy, you scratched my car. Just imagine. You are useless. Boo, 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 boo. What are you doing? You are breaking that child. You are breaking you think that you are doing something solid for the child. In fact, you hear some fathers saying, yes, now I have to do that to my son because this is what will make him strong. No, you are making him weak, actually. When you break the confidence that your son has in you, you are making him weak. And when he does something wrong the next time, he won't come and tell you. And that's where disaster starts. That's where the boy starts doing wrong things and he doesn't have anybody to tell because he knows if he tells you, you will judge him. Again, you need to be in the Intentional Parent Academy Inner Circle. It will help you. It will help you. The fourth one is that you need to become an empathetic witness to his identity. I didn't say weakness or witness, if I can pronounce it that way. So you need to become an empathetic witness to his identity. So who that your son is, you need to be able to acknowledge it and help him hone that temperament, that character to something that is good. Don't try and turn your son into yourself by character. Everybody comes with their own temperament. What you need to do is to hone that temperament, that character to a state where it now becomes a plus to the boy. Are you following me? So these are some of the things that you need to do. But here is where you need to even start. One of the reasons fathers are not able to connect with their children is that they don't know how to connect at all. So it's not about just the child. It's not about just the son. It's about connection generally. Communication is a problem. And if you check, you will find out that most of those fathers have a problem communicating with their wives. Once you see that, you know that your problem is you. You have a fundamental communication problem. If you want to be a good father, you must be a good husband. Did you hear what I said? If you want to be a good father, you must be. There's something I used to teach that I was teaching, which year was teaching the full spectrum of fatherhood. And before becoming a father, you must become a good husband. You become a man, then a leader, then a husband before you become a father. So if you don't go through these steps, you are going to have a problem. You are going to struggle. That's why some of you are struggling. Some of you never became a full man. I don't have the time to break that down. Some of you never became a full man. Oh. You just struggled. And everybody looks at you and thinks you're a man, but you're not a full man. Some of you never learned leadership. And then you now went and got married. So you are married, but you are not a husband. And you now had a child. So you have a child, but you are not a father. I don't know if you get me. You are a man physically, but you are not a man because you were never trained. Then you have the opportunity of being a leader, but you are not trained as a leader, so you are not really a leader. Then you now get married because everybody is getting married. So you got married and you become a husband, but you're not really a husband. Nobody trained you. And then, of course, you're a man and a woman. Of course, you inside the other room, you produce a child. So everybody calls you father, but you're not a father. So you need to go back and start. You see this men's school of leadership. You need to go and do that, and go and start again from being a real man, and then become a real leader, and then become a real husband, so that you can become a real father. You can't jump these steps, so it will help you greatly. So these are some of the things that you need to do. I'm so happy that you are here listening to me today. I hope that with these few words, you are able to grab something that you are going to take back home and tell yourself, oh my God, look at my son that I'm supposed to be raising as a man. I've been raising him as a boy. That's why some of your children cannot kill chicken. They can't put on gas. They can't change gas. I mean, your sons in the house. I remember when one time I had people who were coming to do some work on my inverter system. I had waited for them. They had not come. It was a Saturday. I had to go for a meeting. So as I was going, they were coming. And so they said, sir, we can't do this without you. I said, my son is around. Then my son must have been maybe like 12 or 13 or thereabout. And they were shocked. They were like, but he won't be able to. I said, no, don't worry. If it comes to the inverter system of this entire house, my son understands it even more than me. And truly, they worked with the boy, and the boy understood it and was able to guide them very well. They were shocked. Because at that age, most boys can't do it. But you to think now, when you were at that age, when you were 12, what were the things that you were doing? I mean, the responsible things you were doing. How come your son is not doing them? You don't know it's a disservice to him. It's a disservice. And oh, by the way, just in case there is anybody here who is listening to me now and your son is not in the Boys Leadership Academy, you are wrong, sir. You've already missed a lot. Let them help you, even the one that you've not done well. Let them help you put that boy together so that he becomes a wholesome man. This is very important. So if you are listening to me right now, you're listening to this, thank God for you. I'm happy you are able to get this information. So I pray that you please reach out to the details of the Boys Leadership Academy and the Save the Boys initiative and enroll your children so that they can be wholesome. These are the points that I have for you today. It's been a great opportunity to talk to you, and thank you very much for listening to me. We will meet again physically tomorrow at the proper conference, the Boys Conference itself. And there we will continue to exchange ideas and continue to work towards building our sons in men. God bless you all. And Ebuka and Ruth, if you are there, this is where my time is running off. There's another conference that I need to be at right now, and I'm running off there as soon as possible.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you
Daddy.
so much,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, Daddy.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Let the father talk.
Your baby can say let the father talk. How God she knows I'm the father. I'm not a son.
You're not the son, you're the father.
Thank you so much, Daddy. This was profound. Like my daddy is so calm. People ask me why where do you get this your calmness? Like so my dad. But with the fact my mother knows that. Thank you so much, sir. Profound, profound. I'm like, is this my dad speaking? The way you spoke to fathers, me, I'm just starting as a father. I'm saying, yes, this is the man that needs to keep speaking into my life. Thank you. Deep words on what we need to do in connection. Because we're losing a lot with our sons. We're not connected. I like what you say that they are not talking to the other, but they're talking to other men, which means there's something other men are doing that they are not doing. So it's not the boys, it's your ability to really communicate. And how can we communicate sincerely without bias, without fighting, without yelling, without kicking? And you said those practical steps were just it for me. I will have over 400 fathers joining from different countries listening. I'm sure this is going to be a transforming experience for them. And I did not talk about the marriage conclave. The conclave where we are learning about marriage. And Daddy here is in charge of the marriage conclave, or the couples conclave. If you're a father, I know you have your wife. Please join the couples conclave where we are learning these things on daily basis, and your life will not remain the same. Daddy, you've been here with us from the beginning. We are honored to have you, and also to have you tomorrow. You're going to see your thousands of your sons are gathering tomorrow, all right, to listen to your wealth of knowledge, and we know it's going to be a great blessing. We appreciate you, sir.
Thank
We'll
you,
release
sir.
you now to carry on with the rest of the day.
Thank you so much. God bless you. And well done.
Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for joining such an insightful session. I have a lot of parents here who their sons are not even part of the academy. Please, we'll have the August cohort coming up. All right, make sure your sons are part of that. If you're not in the mentorship program already, let them join. I'm sure the media will, scroll that details on the screen. Please get them in. We have our 21 books coming up, 1st of June. Get your sons to be part of what we are doing, and it's going to be a life transformation. And the August cohort, which is the entry course into the Boys Leadership Academy, right there on your screen. The mentorship program running for 1 year for our sons, right there. Please get your sons in. Just send us a DM, and we are going to connect. If you are not following Coach Wendy Ologe on social media, follow Coach Kunle Ologe. Learn about parenting. Learn about marriage. And we're returning again by 6 p.m. for our sons. There are a lot of us here that our sons are not part of this program. They were not here yesterday. Make sure they are back by 6. 2 powerful sessions. 2 hours, 6 p.m. West African time. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We are here for another mind-blowing experience here in Abuja and its environment. Make sure you are there physically. How's this session for you, Coach Truth? What are you saying to fathers?
Thank you so much, fathers. We honor your presence here today. Honestly, we don't take it for granted. I just kept looking at the numbers. Fathers, 400.
Amazing.
Hey, because at a point we were thinking that PTA was a Mothers Teachers Forum. But it was so amazing to see your fathers. And I learned something. Fathers are the first voices that shapes the identity of their son. Coach David talked about identity as security.
Absolutely.
It means that a father is the first point that gives his son his understanding of security. It's so amazing. Thank you so much, fathers. We honor you. Please bring your sons to the academy so that you shall rest. The academy is a place of safety. Bring them 5 to 19. We have the energy for them. Don't look at my size. I have the energy for them. Thank you so much.
Amazing. And please, if you have not shared this with parents of boys all over, make sure you share with them. You are not any of our group. Please reach out to us in any of our social media handles, and we'll do the needful. 6 p.m. we are back again. 2 powerful speakers to speak to our boys. There are some parents that didn't join this session. Share the link with them to also watch. Tell every boy around you. Tell their parents to get them in. This is a free program. We are back by 6 p.m. West African time, just in the next 1 hour. Catch some rest so that they will join again. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much.
Follow on our social media handle, Boys Leadership Academy, and Save the Boys Initiative. and we look forward to a life transforming
And don't
experience.
forget that if you are in Abuja, you must not miss tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Oh,
Bring
no.
your sons. Don't worry. We will take care of
We'll
them.
take care of them.
They will eat, they will enjoy themselves, and they'll be okay.
I'll
Please
have
bring your sons. Yes.
Powerful souvenir for
Powerful,
every
so
boy
you'll be
that will
shocked.
be coming there tomorrow. It's going to be mind blowing. We're expecting over 3,000
3,000.
boys. So make sure your son is not missing. And you as a parent, ask, can I also stay there?
Yes.
We'll have a corner for you.
We'll have a corner
Yes.
for you and a word for you.
And a word for you. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a beautiful experience. And see you in 1 hour with our boys. Thank you and have a blessed time.
It work for me, oh. It work for me, oh. It work for me, oh. Ah, yeah. It work for me, oh. When I first come pray, oh, my prayer not before waste. The prayers of the righteous are more today prevail. Cause whenever I call on your name, Daddy, you dey blow my mind, yeah. My mind, I need to work for me, oh. When I fast, when I pray, yeah. It dey cover my shame, yeah. I need to work for me, oh. Because in all case, the matter won't be.
Ebuka's passion for boys is driven by a deep desire to see young men grow into purpose-driven, godly leaders. He believes many boys today lack clear identity and positive male role models. Ebuka decided to step in, not just as a mentor, but as a father figure.
I was just so passionate about these young people. I started talking to them, counseling. And before I knew it, everybody was around me. They were asking questions. I would see these boys break down, crying, talking about what they've been through, talking about their struggles, talking about things they've not been able to talk to anybody about. And I just felt this sense of fulfillment, counseling, mentoring, molding them. I saw transformation. I saw these boys happy again.
With time, he realized his heart was leading him toward a lifetime partnership with his longtime friend, Ruth. Ebuka and Ruth got married. At a defining moment, Ebuka stepped away from work to commit fully to mentoring boys. In 2009, Save the Boys initiative was born as a response to the silent struggles of boys battling with addiction, trauma, bullying, the absence of father figures, and a lack of direction.
God said, I'm raising you as saviors. And that was where the name Save the Boys came out. And then going to schools, going to the street, talking to people about saving boys, going to schools, talking to boys about issues. And the work started growing massively. And we kept asking the Lord, how do we go further? That's why the Lord gave us the idea of the Boys Leadership Academy. It's like a leadership institute, an online school where boys will be trained, all right? And God told us to write resources. We've written over 25 books for boys, counting that sold in thousands of copies. God gave us the idea of camps running in different states and countries. And through that, God has provided massive resources that have been pumping, even, helping vulnerable boys.
Coach Ebuka and Coach Ruth has taught us a lot about leadership and responsibility, sexual abuse, and many more. In my experience, this is the best place because not many boys have an opportunity like this.
I've learned CPR, I've learned some cooking skills, and I've also learned how to knot a tie.
I've learned a lot about spiritual growth in my spiritual life and how to encounter God in my everyday life.
Through mentorship, teaching, and simply being present, Ebuka and Ruth are shaping futures, one boy at a time.
If our boys are not equipped to lead families, the families of the next generation will have no leaders.
We must go to the roots. Deal with the issues from the foundation.
If that one boy is not saved, he has the capacity of ruining a nation, a family. But God is helping them because the testimonies we are seeing, people delivered from drug, homosexuality, deep issues, these testimonies keep us going.